going on, Jeromes? So first off, Wall Street really determines how my mood is day to day, and sports is supposed to be my fun escape, but it's complete BS that this former Wall Street guy is completely going to be in charge of my mood this week. So, yes, the Minnesota Vikings looking for the quarterback of the future. They have the ammunition to go get it done, blah, 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 blah. Everyone knows the score at this point. We just want enough about the labor. Don't talk about the labor pain. Show me the baby or something like that. And, Kwesi, I got faith because I have no other option. It's not like another GM's going to come in here in 2 seconds, man. So, Kwesi, go get your guy. Go get it done. And in our man, Jordan Reid, his final 7-round mock draft over at ESPN, our guy Jordan definitely did the damn thing, and the Vikings made a number of moves, and they secure their guys. So, not going to spoil all the picks, but some of my crushes definitely get picked up. Day 2, by the Vikings, and also a couple on day 3. And I think you're going to like what Jordan put down for the Vikings. That's right. So first up, so the Vikings do trade with the hot Atlanta Falcons. Now, this could be a forced trade. Considering that the whole tampering charges are potentially coming down. But the Vikings do move up to 8 for 11 and the 2 4th-round picks, 108 and 129, which I certainly would be okay with. Now, again, not spoiling the whole thing, but quarterbacks go 1, 2, 3, and there is a 4th quarterback who matriculates down the board, and the Vikings are able to make a short move up to 8 to go get their guy and box out the Broncos and the Raiders. And I'm again, the whole, it's so weird. Like, moving up 3 spots, costs you 2 4th-round picks, but moving up 8 spots would cost you 3 first-round picks. That's what happens, man. But the Vikings do move up for JJ McCarthy. That's right, Wolverines. All right, so number 8, JJ McCarthy. McCarthy is a great fit with the Vikings considering his skill set. He's accurate and mobile, and the infrastructure is in place in Minnesota. The Vikings have Sling and Sam Darnold, so there's no pressure to start a rookie quarterback in week 1. McCarthy's 88.2 QBR was 3rd in the nation last season, and he has a ton of upside. He just might need some time to adjust to the pro game. And like we talked about ad nauseum, whoever ends up here, best spot in the world for a quarterback, and maybe even the best spot for a quarterback, a first-round quarterback in NFL history, where you have Jefferson, Addison, Hockenson, Darrisaw, O'Neal, Kevin O'Connell, McCown, and also you have Sam Darnold, which is a benefit because there's no pressure to start right away. And like we said, a guy like McCarthy, a guy like May probably would benefit from sitting for a year, working on technique, working on footwork, and really ingraining himself in the NFL game versus just going out there and letting it fly every single week. And McCarthy, you're betting on traits, but all this kid does is win. I mean, that's exactly what he's done from college and high school, so that does have to factor in. Second trade. So, yes, spicy. So the Vikings, again, the best thing about the trade with McCarthy is that the Vikings hang on to 23, which is something that Kwesi has talked about, reportedly wants to do. So the Vikings hang on to 23, and they get another deal done with the Cardinals, who come up, and the Vikings get 27, and they get back in the 3rd round with number 90 overall, which would be fantastic. Projected trade, not the Arizona-Minnesota move we've been expecting, but perfectly okay with that because Johnny Newton, king of the Vikings frontier. That's right, man. Or front 7. That would have been better. Anyways, but the Vikings, they get themselves a talisman up front, and Johnny frickin' Newton. I love it. Minnesota doesn't have a true penetrator in the middle of its defense, but that's exactly what Newton can be for this team. He was an unblockable force at Illinois, posting 7.5 sacks last season. Few defensive linemen in this class have that level of versatility, and his endurance is super impressive. His 715 snaps were 7th most among all FBS defensive linemen last season. So I love me some Byron Murphy the second, and I understand why he's up here. I think that he could be a dark horse for the first defensive player taken. But for me, Johnny Newton is right up here too. And Newton just completely obliterated teams at times. He completely took over games, and that's something that the Vikings have been missing. A guy up front that can get his own pass rush, that can take over a gap, and Johnny Newton can be that. Now, He's a great 3-down player in college. Could he be a 3-down player in the NFL? Yes, even though he is undersized. But I feel like just the heart, hustle, and motor, everything up front, it's contagious. And I think that he would be such a fun toy in that Flores defense, and it's something the Vikings need. And also the Vikings able to move down, still get Johnny Newton, and also get back in the third. A third-round pick is pretty sexy, too, by the way. So go check that out over in Jordan's mock draft. Link is in the description. But the Vikings walk away from the first round with 2 blue-chip players. Johnny Newton is going to come in and contribute right away. And also McCarthy. You got your quarterback of the future. And you didn't have to mortgage the future. You didn't give up 23. You didn't give up that future first-rounder. So, honestly, if this is how it shakes out, I would be extremely happy. And again, this man who has my mood in the palm of his hands, he did good. He did very, very, very good. Your thoughts are thoughts. Our guy ESPN's Jordan Reid, his final 7-round mock draft. The Vikings do okay in the first round. Go check it out. Go check out the rest of the picks. You guys know what to do. Skull production value.